Sergeant Nathan Jones from Portarlington Police Station, thanks for joining us on Flow.
No, thank you, Ricky.
There's been a unique theft that's occurred of a cockatoo. Can you run us through what happened on the weekend, what police understand at this stage?
Yeah, it's sort of a very Australian story. So it was around 9 o'clock on Saturday night. Jacko, who the cockie is a beloved member of almost the Ballarat community and has had his home at Home Hardware in Drysdale for the last 15 years, I believe. So around 9 o'clock on Saturday night, the males jumped the front fence and gone to where Jacko's cage was, opened up the cage and taken Jacko and run off out the back of the hardware store through a steel mesh fence and never to be seen again at this stage.
Yep, and then, but I understand that there's been a good news story that Jacko's managed to find his way home somehow.
Yes, there is. So there was an extensive public and media program run yesterday through both print and digital media requesting the assistance of the public to try and find where Jacko was. We sort of weren't coming up with much, but at around, I think it was about 2:30 yesterday afternoon, an anonymous call was made by a female to the Home Hardware store in Drysdale, stating that Jacko was in a box around the corner. So the owner's gone out there and found Jacko, who was unharmed, I believe, and he's been returned to the store.
Wow, sounds like a story Sergeant Tom Croydon from Blue Heelers would have investigated. So you've had an anonymous tip-off that he's in a box and there he is, he's safe and sound.
Yeah, I don't think you could probably script it any better than Heels would have. So anonymous tip-off from a female has led to the owner going around the corner and finding Jacko in a plastic box just sitting there.
Yeah, and so importantly, is Jacko, he's okay? He's not traumatised by the experience, or still to be determined?
Probably still to be determined, but from the owner last night, that Jacko looked unharmed. I don't know if the cockie would suffer any psychological damage, but I'm not a pet whisperer, so I don't know.
No, I guess he might. Is he a very vocal cockie? He's probably well known for saying a few things around the hardware store.
Yeah, well known. So he's often greeting everyone at the front door as they come into the hardware store. So I didn't know a lot about him, and having lived in the Ballarat a fair portion of my life, and according to the public, he was extremely well known.
Yeah, and so you just don't want you to have to give away what's still a police investigation, I guess, but you've mentioned that it was a male that jumped the fence. Is there footage that's captured that, or has he been sighted by someone else doing that?
No, there's numerous footage that's captured him jumping the fence. We've retrieved, obviously, the box that Jacko was put in. So we've got ongoing inquiries in relation to that. But also, there's still an appeal for anyone that knows anything to contact Crime Stoppers.
Yep, and what's that number for people to call if they do come up with information?
Yeah, 1800 333 000.
Well, it's a unique story, probably, one you probably didn't picture when you went through police academy, but there you go, it's a very Australian yarn about the theft of a cockie, thankfully back in safe hands, and hopefully we get to the bottom of the perpetrator's involvement. Yeah,
absolutely. I've 20 years, I've never come across anything like this at all, or even remotely similar.
Just on the offence front, it just occurs to me, is it just a theft of property in this instance, or is there a specific offence of stealing a cockatoo or stealing an animal?
No, at this stage, it's a simple, straightforward theft, but I'd obviously have to look into the RSPCA and any act there that if there is an offence against animal cruelty or anything along those lines. But from a Victoria Police perspective, we'd just be looking at the theft.
Yeah, no worries. Well, to me, it seems like something on a drunken night out that someone's decided to do this or dared a mate to do it, but that's all speculation. We'll have to wait and see how it comes out in the courts. Yeah, it certainly is. Well, the pubs and the clubs aren't open yet, so the person was by themselves, so who knows what happens. But, yeah, it's just appeal to the public. If they do know anything, just to ring Crime Stoppers or even the Portarlington Police Station. No worries. Sergeant Nathan Jones, thanks for your work on that one, and glad to hear that Jacko the Cockatoo is okay. Yeah, no worries. You have a good day.